Hello, young humans. This is your old friend, Michael Chabon, and I'm here for story time. Tonight's story is called The Mare on the Hill. And it has beautiful illustrations, paintings. It was written and illustrated by Thomas Locker. The Mare on the Hill. It was spring when we first saw the white mare. Grandpa had gone to a horse sale to buy a mate for our stallion. Late in the day he returned, leading a beautiful white mare. My brother Aaron and I ran to meet him. Here's the painting. You can see where they live is out in the beautiful countryside. Here comes Grandpa with the white mare, and here's the narrator and his brother Aaron. Grandpa had told us that the mare had been mistreated by her first owner. She was afraid of people and would have to be tied up. Aaron and I didn't want that. We pleaded with Grandpa to set the mare free. "You'll never be able to catch her," he warned. But he took the mare's halter off and let us open the pasture gate. The boys feel like she should be allowed to run free in the pasture, and they persuade their grandpa to let them do that. So he unties her, and you can see the stallion there waiting. With a frightened whinny, she bolted into the pasture and galloped away. Our stallion ran after her, but the mare didn't stop until she got to the top of the hill. On the hill, far away from people, the mare seemed to feel safe. Poor thing. There was plenty of grass for her to eat, a pool of spring water, and a grove of sheltering trees. Aaron and I watched the mare and the stallion all summer long as the grass grew and the hot weather came. There they are, and it's summertime. And they're just leaving the two horses alone to get to know each other and hopefully for the white mare to settle down and not be so afraid. Nearly every day we walked up the hill and tried to catch the mare, but Grandpa had been right. Each time she saw us, she ran away. We never even came close. Summer ended, and in September, Aaron and I went back to school. I guess our dog was lonely because she went up the hill then and made friends with the mare. So look, there's the mare, and there's their dog. Sometimes dogs and horses can become very good friends. Autumn came. The leaves on the trees changed color and apples ripened in the orchard. Each day after school, Aaron and I carried apples to the mare. Have you ever given an apple to a horse? They like to eat them with their big lips. We left them near the spring, hoping she would come to us, but she never did. One day, Aaron said he thought the mare was pregnant. "She is not," I told him. But when we asked Grandpa, he said it was true. The mare would have a foal in the spring. There they are leaving apples for her. She stays way over there, and if you can see, her belly looks bigger. And there are all these special words for horses. If it's a male horse, it's a stallion. If it's a female, it's a mare. And a baby horse is called a foal. And that's what she's expecting. One morning, I looked out the window and saw it was snowing. I was worried about the mare. I knew she could dig through the snow to get to the grass, but there was not much grass left. Grandpa told us she would come down from the hill when she was hungry enough. Aaron and I waited a few days. Then we began to carry hay and oats up to her. Because they're not sure. Grandpa said that when she was hungry enough, she would come down to be fed like the stallion. But the boys aren't sure. They're worried that she's just so afraid of people because she was mistreated by a human that she won't come down. And there she is way up on the top of the hill, see? So they decided to take the food to her. That winter was the coldest in years. Even Grandpa said so. By December, it was dark when we came home from school. Day after day, Aaron and I struggled through the snowdrifts to take food to the mare. At last, she started to wait for us. We left it lower on the hill each time, hoping to lure her down to the barn. Well, that was clever of them, wasn't it? Every time they bring her food, they leave it a little lower on the hill. Lower, 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 trying to get her to be willing to come down to the barn. Also, it saves them a trip of having to go so far up the hill with all that heavy food. But before this could happen, the weather changed. The snow melted and the barnyard became muddy. It was spring. In the cool April days, while Aaron and I helped with the planting, the mare returned to the hill. Grass had begun to grow in the pasture, and she no longer needed our help. Too bad their plan didn't get a chance to work because the weather changed, but at least it's beautiful there. Look at that. You can see the horses up there, and the people are down here, and the dog. One day, while we were in school, a storm came roaring down from the mountains. The sky turned black, and the trees were swaying in the fierce wind. All I could think about was the mare and how frightened she would be alone on her hilltop. As soon as school was over, I got Aaron and we ran home. Look at this big black storm. All those storm clouds moving in. And here's the barn and the house. And here's the little boys running home from school, worrying about the mare and the storm. She should be in the barn. An old tree had fallen across the fence. The pasture was open. Uh-oh. Aaron and I searched everywhere, calling to each other above the howling of the wind. Then I thought I heard our dog barking. We raced down the hill to the barn. There, standing placidly beside our stallion, was the white mare. Look, she came down. I guess she was so afraid and nervous about the storm that she was more afraid of it than she was of people, and she finally decided, maybe I can trust them. That was in early May. From then on, the mare stayed close to the barnyard. Aaron and I spent hours on the fence watching her with the stallion and wondering when she would have her foal. One day, we brought carrots to the horses. I gave some to the stallion. The mare watched for a time, and then she came right up to Aaron and ate a carrot from his hand. Look. See her? She finally is trusting. She knows nobody's going to hurt her and nothing bad's going to happen. One morning, soon afterward, Grandpa came into our room and woke us up. "Hurry, come to the pasture behind the barn." Aaron and I knew right away what had happened. We raced to the pasture, and there we saw the mare cleaning her newborn foal. As we drew closer, the mare looked up at us. In the soft dawn light, she seemed proud and welcoming, and she was calmer than she'd ever been before. See? See, there's the baby, there's the foal. There's Grandpa and the dog, they're the two boys. There's the mare and there's the stallion. And that is the end of the story. Look. There's the mother, the mare, and there's the foal. And now they're all part of the same family, humans and animals together. And that's the end of the story of the Mare on the Hill. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure loved reading it to you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be kind, have fun. Bye.